Yo, wait, I gotta figure out the right camera here, everybody. Apparently, yeah, I switched up. There we go. So, I switched up the cameras a little more, if you couldn't tell already. But besides that, tonight, ooh, it looks like the mic's a little loud too. Sorry about that, all you headphone users. But tonight is PETG bending tips and tricks, so welcome everybody. What is this, Shoddy Steve? This is PBC's Builders Club live show, man. And like I said, tonight we're going to be bending some tubes for my test bench back here. Just got a couple bends, but we'll see how long it takes me to do it, how many times I screw it up. So we'll just have to kind of go with the flow. I can always redo the CPU bends. I think I could do those again. However, I'm a little short on fittings, but today I actually placed an order for a bunch of stuff, a bunch of fittings mainly. So it should be coming by the end of the week, and I'll be updating you guys with a stream on that, because actually the stream schedule on over here is wrong. Obviously, it's past 2:17 already, but I will keep you guys posted on when and what the next stream will be on. That should be coming up though this week, by the end of the week. But if you guys want to join in, you guys can hit up our Discord. I'm in there tonight, so just jump in a voice channel and you can come and talk with me. I'll pull you into the mod office where I'm chilling. I think Jason will be stopping in later, but who knows? I think we can probably get started though. Besides, let's see, what do you guys need to know? The cable mod cables, the new ones are free shipping if you look right here. Sometime it'll change one of these days. But free shipping on the new Cable Mod Pro cable kits, so definitely hit that up. There it is. So that's till the 23rd. Definitely a good deal there. Other than that, though, let's get to it. So which one do we want? I think we want this one without the picture of water in front of the camera, probably, though. Or should I just leave that there? Maybe not. But let's see, can you guys see this very well? Yeah, you can kind of see what we're doing here. So we're going to go from the pump out to the CPU in, because that ends up being the CPU in for this pass through. So that's actually pretty easy, and honestly, we could probably just like cut this down, but if you guys want to see me bend a tube, which is why I think you're here, I can bend a tube. And then we got a really fun one where we go from pump in all the way to the radiator port over here. As you can tell, I already put in some of the tubes. We got CPU out into the reservoir here. I drilled a hole specifically for that spot and then tapped that just today. Same with the one that leaves the reservoir and goes straight down to the radiator. I had a bunch of holes already tapped and everything. However, I didn't really use any of them. But whatever. Drilling and tapping your own holes is just as easy as having the laser plan them out. Kind of went over that in the whole stream about the reservoirs as well as the video I made. So check out our YouTube channel if you want to see how to make one of these little reservoirs like that. Pretty fun stuff if you haven't seen it already. But I guess we probably just get going. Like I said, this is just gonna be a simple 90. I have my mandrels here. Would you guys want to see me use the mandrels? Oh, and actually, does this mic still pick me up well? You guys should let me know, because I have another mic like up here, but I could switch to it. So what's up, Roger? I'm months away from bending tubes. Thomas, Matt's here, dude. Yeah, get Thomas in here. Oh, he is in here. My bad. But should I switch mics quick, or are you guys good with it like this? I mean, if I face the mic, I think it works good, but maybe I should switch right now. I'll switch it. You guys tell me if it's better or worse than what you just heard. that one? Oh, okay. Sorry, the mic wasn't plugged in all the way. So, this is the different mic. Let me know how it sounds. I'll switch it back in a minute if it's really bad. But without further ado, I was kind of talking about the Carpenters Square here that I kind of use in place of a mandrel. These are like $6, and honestly, they work just as good for making a clean 90 as a mandrel does, in my opinion. So if you want, I can use this, or I can grab the mandrels right here and use those if you guys want to see me use those. So, yeah, my bad, Holden, man. It should be fixed now. More static noise, yeah. See, that's what I was afraid of. So, but like the problem is the condenser mic is I'm facing completely away from it when I'm working over here. So, was it actually still picking me up? That's what I need to know. We'll see. Should I run with this for just a little bit? Maybe. Maybe. We can get to a bend and then I'll switch back. See how loud this one picks up? Like if this is really loud with the heat gun, then I guess I'll switch back for condenser mic. So we're just gonna do a quick little 90 here because that's all we're gonna need for this spot. So if you guys can hear me over this heat gun, all I do is I like rotate the tube on the silicone insert, and then I kind of move it back and forth just a little bit, maybe like a whole inch or so. I don't know, to give you a rough estimate. And you probably don't need to hold it this close to the gun either. This thermal tape PETG, which is what I'm using there, 1612, usually doesn't take too long to heat up, and I've always had good luck with bending it, so I just keep using it. Some people don't like thermal tape, but I think their tubing works great, so I use that. You'll just start to feel it eventually. It'll start to get floppy. It is a little bit here. But the key is to heat more than just the exact spot that you're bending, because it pulls plastic from the whole entire tube, essentially, or wherever you heat it up, it can pull plastic from, or stretch the tube itself, essentially. So the larger the area you heat up, the smoother it'll be. It's just harder to keep it all looking good the more you heat up. But we got enough heat on there now. So all I'm going to do is just put it on here and line it up with this square and hold it in place. So for $6 you can get like a 90-degree mandrel, in a sense. It's not perfect, but it works. So I'll look back at chat in just a second. Overall, how was the mic there for that bend? Was it god awful or was it alright? I think Matt was saying that it's like way more static, but that is probably true. I just need to find a better boom mic is probably what I'll end up going with. Is Hank watching? I wonder if he is, because I've tried those Bluetooth headphones and I cannot get them to work without an actual Bluetooth board. So there we go. The bend's pretty well cool. Here, we'll let it cool more. So how's the mic? Why don't people like thermal fake? I'm not sure why not everybody likes thermal fake. There are some bad things about it. Oh, I got Gary. What's up, Gary? How's it going, man? So what I did actually tonight is I muted desktop audio, so if Gary actually talks, he's in Discord here with me. We'll see if it picks him up, and then you guys can maybe hear him. 5 out of 10 for picking you up, so... Yeah, okay, so I switched back to the condenser mic. And like I said, guys, it's like the condenser mic's on my desk, so it's not going to be facing the right way. I can kind of like get it positioned a little better, maybe. It's still pretty loud too. Sorry, headphone users. So let me know how it sounds now. But we got our 90 done. At least it's pretty close to a 90. It's good enough for this. So we definitely got to cut it down. And actually, oh no, this is going to be loud. I'll probably mute this. But I'm just going to use the scroll saw instead of sitting here with the hacksaw and hacking away all night, because that's a pain in the butt. So really we only need, I mean, we could measure this, but... So we only need about 3 inches probably from the bend, if I wanted to use this tube. The 90 kind of came out, I don't know. Both of these are, they're the same. Okay, so about 3 inches. So we'll cut this bad boy off right here. I'll mute the mic for a second because this will be really loud. Okay, so let's see how close we were. We still got a little bit more to go. I think Gary headed out. That's too bad. So mute the mic one more time. I gotta shave a little more off this tube here. I should definitely hotkey that, the mic mute. But we'll save that for another day. Okay, it still needs a little bit more, but I can probably shave down this tube here. Even though that's gonna be really close to fitting, so that's kind of scary, but we'll see what happens. Okie doke. So, I cut both ends a little bit more. It's actually pretty close. However, at the angle, it's a little bit wrong still. I wonder if actually I should go like this. I might actually switch up the fittings here. This is a dual rotary 90 up here, and maybe that's not the best idea for right there. We could swap these out. Like I said, I have a bunch more fittings coming by the end of the week, I'm sure. I ordered them at the end of the day today, so they'll probably ship out tomorrow, is what I'm guessing. But I'll have some more 90s with that. I'm kind of just using a bunch of old fittings. I'm actually not even be using these compression fittings. I got some white monsoon EV2s coming in. It's not bad now to right by it, yeah. Gotta bounce around. Thanks, Matt, for stopping in, dude. And thanks, Roger, too, unless you're already gone. Sorry, I missed your comment. We'll just keep on bending. We really don't have too much to do. I'm not so sure how that bend's gonna go, but we'll see. Yeah, I haven't even cleaned these fittings. These aren't gonna be used for sure. I mean, not in this loop at least. So this will be a little bit shorter now. I'm thinking that'll work better. So let's see now what we're working with. This is probably the right height too. Okay, so I gotta shave a little bit off the end of this. One more cut, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully. Yes, I am actually using a scroll saw to cut the tubing. Scroll saw definitely isn't like the most recommended tool. It's just quick and easy, so I kind of just use it sometimes. Otherwise, those the metal tube cutters, like what you see that people would use on copper tubing, just the ones that are like a vise and you tighten down as you spin them around with the blade in it and everything. Those work really well. You can straight up, there's some shears or whatever you want to call them, scissors even. Some of those, the stronger ones, those work for cutting rigid tubing as well. Otherwise, you can use a hacksaw, which is another thing that I have just laying around, but it's really annoying to use, to be honest. So I just use a scroll saw. It's harder to get like a perfectly square cut with it. That's why I would say I don't really recommend it. But if you just cut straight, it's not bad. And when you ream it, it kind of evens it up. What's up, Jason? So I don't know if they'll actually be able to hear you, because what I did tonight is I totally muted desktop audio in hopes of you getting picked up by my mic. Maybe I should turn you up a little bit. Can you hear me very well when I'm like, right now I'm facing my mic, and it's, right now you should be able to, but, yeah. Oh shit, that's too loud. Okay. But like, how about now? Can you hear me all right? Or not at all?
Yeah, you got me on there now.
Yeah, they should be able to hear you through my mic is what it's going to be.
Oh, interesting.
Because I can't use Bluetooth headphones, man. I figured that out. So let's see if this bend works. If I can get it in this fitting. There we go. Oh man, it's going to raise up the whole thing. Maybe I gotta put this in a different order. Or this thing is just too tall. I might have to yeah. I should shorten it just a tad bit. Gonna mute my mic real quick. You're gonna want to, I'll mute this too.
Alright.
Okay. So, a little bit short. Should be perfect now. I'm hoping.
Looks like a pretty tight bend there.
Yeah, and I don't know. I could honestly use like more fittings and make it easier, but I'm all out of fittings until like Thursday or Friday. I think I ordered like a bunch of stuff. You guys are actually gonna be interested in what I ordered. I got some magnetic ball valves from Alpha Cool, if you guys have ever seen those.
Magnetic?
Yeah, so they're like you can control the ball valve with a switch.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we're going to be trying to rig those up in this thing. So I think you guys might like to see that. It should be pretty cool. If I can get these tubes in. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, is that right? It might actually be. Wow. That actually works. Damn. I'm not half bad. There's a bunch of crap in that tube though. I want to clean that out. It's tough to get it to fit in there, and actually it might, yeah, it's got to be a little bit shorter just because you can see it's lifting this up a little bit, so I got to shorten it a little bit. However, we have another bend to do. Since that one is pretty much done. I'm not going to keep sitting here and doing the scroll saw all night for you guys.
What fittings are you using?
These are just EKHDC fittings, and then I got some random 90s, like this is a Bits Power dual rotary 90. It actually hardly fits here against the rad, but I think once I get it to thread.
Somebody just said that those fittings you're talking about that you can control with a like a ball valve that you can control electronically. He said they were just so big, that's why he never bought any.
Oh yeah, see, like I'm not too worried about it. Like here, I could kind of elaborate more on that. Let me get this damn fitting to start. Because what I essentially intend to do, so I only bought like half the loop's fittings because this is gonna be a dual loop. There's gonna be a loop on the other side for the GPU, and this is the CPU loop that we're doing right now. So if I could get this damn fitting, this is so frustrating. But with the ball valves, those are going to actually go on the end of the radiator here. So like this tube, I'm actually going to get rid of. There we go. I got this fitting on. Fine. So there we go. That should be just fine for right there. So there's going to be, I'm going to put 2 of those electronic ball valves straight off of these. So there should be plenty of room for them to sit here somewhere. And then after that, I'll wire up the switches to the front panel. And on the front panel, we're going to have 2 pass-throughs, because not only will there be the ball valves, but there'll be T's. And the T's will go to the pass-throughs, and on the pass-throughs are quick disconnects. So I can essentially just flip the switches to shut off flow to the to this rad, and then connect something to the quick disconnects, and the other something would be a radiator, of course. And then that way I can test a radiator without having this radiator in the loop. And all you gotta do is flip 2 switches and connect it to quick disconnects. So if it all goes to plan, of course, if. It's a big if. So this bend is gonna be kind of weird. And honestly, since this is just a test bench, and like there's doors on this actually, like if you saw the other side, there's sliding doors that go in this rail, and there's a top rail too. But I took it out for tonight. So I wonder if I just go straight from here to here with 2 90s. Because honestly, I don't care about making it look cool and go around the radiator, because it's kind of just a test bench and it's inside of it. So if I can get a tube with 2 90s, kind of like the CPU tubes, I think we'll be good to go.
Well, we got a member asking if you'd bend another one. He says every time he tries, he gets it too bubbly and pimply. And I told him that's probably because he was using too much heat. You always want to use it most of the time low and go slow with it.
Yeah.
Overheat the tube too quickly.
I'll do another bend right here. So let me cut this. I have 1 meter long tubes, and they're too damn long. So I'm gonna cut this tube down really quick so I'm gonna mute the mic, and then we'll get to another bend right here. Okay, it's not perfectly in half, but it should be good enough. And actually this one's long enough too. So what we're gonna do here, ladies and gentlemen, is clean it out a little bit before I start the bend. We're just gonna put 2 90s in this, and as long as I get the 90s the appropriate distance apart, it's easy to adjust the height. So that's what we're aiming for, is 2 90s that are appropriately spaced. That's what I had to do on the CPU block. If you guys were here for that stream, it took me a little bit, but hopefully tonight it won't be too bad. So I guess we'll start with this one. Or I suppose that one, I don't know. It don't matter. Let's start with one and go from there. So if you're watching to see how the bend goes, I hope you can hear me over this. But I'm just going to start by like twisting the, or not twisting, but rolling the tube over the insert, so it's just sitting here spinning. I hold it a good couple inches usually. You can get a little bit closer, but all you want to do is make sure that you keep on rotating it, and I actually move it back and forth like laterally about an inch or so. So I cover a little bit more area than I just want to bend. Right now I'm just focusing on just getting a 90 closer to the end of the tube. I don't need it to actually be at a specific length yet. We'll be getting to the specifics on the next bend. So right now I'm just trying to heat up the tube evenly and make sure that we don't overheat it. So to do that, you'll just be able to feel the tube start to flop a little bit more. So it's starting to wiggle already. So it doesn't have too much longer to go. But to get it to bubble, you probably just make sure you're not using it on like the second heat setting if you have a 2 setting heat gun. And just take your time. I don't know, you should be able to feel it getting hot enough. And honestly, this is probably good to go right here. But I've never really had too many issues with overheating Thermaltake stuff, or I mean, I at least have never gotten it to do it that easily. It seems to have a pretty good temperature range. So as you can see here, it's nice and floppy, and we're just going to go ahead and put a nice little 90 in it using my Carpenters Square instead of a mandrel. If you guys want to see me use the mandrels, they're right here. So honestly, if someone just says they want to see the mandrels, I can get those out.
I want to see the mandrels.
Okay, Jason, we'll get out the mandrels. So yeah, the next bend does actually have to be at the appropriate spot. That's going to be the tough part. And I'm not even going to promise that I can get it done on the first try. But we're going to sit here and measure it here for a second, and we'll see if I can get close. Once this bend cools down, of course. So the mic's not that bad when I'm not even facing it?
No, it sounds good.
Okay. And I wonder if they can hear you since I have you turned up.
Probably.
Yeah, but it shouldn't echo because I don't have desktop audio enabled. So they're not hearing you through Discord, they're hearing you through my mic. So I don't know, it turned out pretty good.
It's not echoing. I just heard myself in the video, so.
Okay. So I'm not going to pull the insert out yet because we still have another bend to do, but if you guys can see it, I don't know which camera is better to show
hold it to the mic better so that they can see like no bubbling or blistering. It just takes time. It takes time. You can go slow.
Yeah, I don't know. I've honestly just always had really good luck with. I honestly say it's the tubing, and to a certain degree, because I just really it's hard to mess up the thermal take tubing.
I was gonna say I didn't have trouble out of the thermal take. I could heat the crap out of it. And
it doesn't seem to want to bubble or blister. Like I don't see anything really wrong with this bend at all, and because I heat it up just more than just this little bend area here, you don't get it like getting too much of a flat spot. You can feel it. I mean, you're just going to feel it start to bend because, I mean, you made a bend in the tube, but there's really no, like, divots or flat spots on the bend either, so.
That's good.
I don't know. I feel like it's the tubing. I'm really not that spectacular at bending. So, we're going to measure
some
this.
Some tubing things easier or than others. Some will blister easier than others.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. So, let's see here. This looks like it's going to be about, what is that, 11 inches? It's like nearly exactly 11 inches. Huh. So, we have to put the next 90 in this approximately exactly at 11 inches. So, technically, I want to go from like the middle of this tube on the 11-inch mark on the ruler. But see, that's what's handy about your little Carpenters Square as your mandrel. It's got these measurements on it too. It's pretty nifty. So we want it to be about right here, and I want to bend the tube to make a 90 right here. So, with that being said, I wish I had an expo marker. If I had an expo marker, I could mark it. But if you use a permanent marker or whatever, you'll bake it into the tube, and then you get a line in your tube. So we're just going to erase. Yeah, the dry erase expo markers, those work great. So if you have those, you can use those to mark your tubes. However, we're fresh out, so I shall just hold it. I think I want to heat it up right about here. Right in this general area should be good. So we're back to the gun. I'm just going to do the same tactic, except for now we got this long cord to deal with. But if I hang it off the table here and kind of sit awkward, maybe I can make it work. Yeah, that's all floppy as. I gotta make sure I'm even holding it in the right spot here still. So that was right there.
No mistakes made.
Gotta heat it up right here. So I'm gonna put this little, I hope you guys can still see it, but with this floppy tube, I gotta kind of hold it at the edge of the table. So having it bent already once does make it harder to like rotate this evenly. But just make sure you hold the whole tube and you don't start like twisting one end more than the other. And you should be able to get it to bend. This is already heating up pretty good. I'm just trying to heat up a larger area. That way I have a little bit of room to work with here. Ooh, yeah, she's already getting really floppy. So it's pretty much good to go here. I just gotta make sure I make this bend at the right point. So we'll go with that. It should be plenty warm. Dang it, oops. carried away. Damn tubes. So the 11. So yeah, 11 inches between the two. If I hold this straight, this might be the right distance.
Man, it looks close.
It should be. Can you guys actually see it in this the smaller cam?
I can.
Because that's actually on my rail. Like I have a camera rail for like a DSLR, so you can take like B-roll. But like I figured if I have it on this side of the bench, like if I'm working on over further to the left, like I can just loosen that thing up and then slide the camera over. So I don't know. I'm trying these different camera angles. Is the big camera right now actually a decent angle? Because now I got my back to the computer, so I really can't see how it's going. So this bend turned out just fine. If it's in the right place, that'd be even better. But I guess we'll see shortly. It's hard to tell. Ooh, it might actually be there. Wow. Well, let's find out. I guess it's too late to do anything about it if it's not. I gotta actually put this thing down probably. Aw shit. I think it's pretty much just about golden, boys and girls. Well, damn. So we're gonna cut these ends down. This port's a little bit lower, I think, than this port. So I don't know. I want it this high above. Well, that's too tall. So we gotta actually cut this one down a little bit. So we'll start with that. I'm gonna mute the mic and cut a little bit, boys and girls. Do we have any more questions? Triple bend. Ooh, yeah. Triple bends are.
I did a triple bend. But mine's like a long tube that's got 3 bends in it.
Yeah, triple bends are rough, boys and girls. Like I would honestly try to get another fitting.
I don't know. It depends on what kind of triple bend he's talking about.
Yeah, it
If it's a
depends.
real tight
Check my
triple
build in
bend,
general.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah, fittings. I would rather just do fittings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna mute for a
Triple bend I
sec.
have in my loop is different. That's gonna look.
Okay. So I muted you kind of. It's kind of out of the way from pump to rate. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, dude, real tight bends are a pain. I have my CPU, between my GPU and my CPU blocks, that one needs a triple bend, and with 16 millimeter tubing, it's just a pain. Smaller tubing, like what,
Yeah, 1612 is like the hardest to work with as far as bending and getting tight bends. Like, it's definitely the hardest because you have a 4 mil wall thickness on your tubing, so it's just kind of rough to work with. If you've got a smaller build and you got like a bunch of tight bends, definitely try to go like 1210 or there's 1410. That's still 4 millimeter wall, but isn't Bits Power's 1411 or whatever?
I think so. Yeah,
That might be pretty decent size. I should try it.
He's using Barrow tubing now.
Okay.
And I think that's the same as Bits. So
I should maybe next week or something. I should have just added it to the order today, but I should sort of just do it for you guys. I should just sit here and do a 90 in each, just in 16, 14, and 12 for you guys, and just kind of show you like what the difference is.
Well,
maybe.
12's going to bend quicker because it's a thinner tube.
Yeah.
Smaller and thinner.
Matt's build that we were doing at his place was 12-10, and that stuff's pretty easy.
Yeah, you don't have to heat it very long at all.
So which side is which? This side's over here.
I put my picture of the 3 bends in my 16 millimeter tube that I did.
Okay.
But that one wasn't too hard. That one's real far away. They weren't tight together. Those are kind of easy. It's getting the length.
I don't know if
between
it's
the
perfectly
bends.
level. Oh, there. It might actually be. I don't know. It looks pretty close.
It looks really close.
I can't believe I actually got those bends right. This end might be a little bit too
that's
tall.
A little high, yeah.
I think this one's a little high. And this
Yep,
needs to be shortened a little bit too. But overall, we got the bends done, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be doing more on the other side for the GPU loop once I get more parts for that. But as I mentioned, I ordered a bunch of fittings today. We got those magnetic valves, so we're going to be putting those in. So I'm honestly be getting rid of these tubes anyways. I really didn't want to use up all the PETG on these tubes tonight, so I'm kind of glad I actually cut into one tube. I still have most of it left. So when I get those parts in, or when I know I'll be getting those parts in, I'll be updating you guys on that. Here, I'll switch cameras here. No. This one. Okay.
Something else about the bends that he's talking about. He's got 14-12 millimeter tubing. It's similar to the 16 that Matt was working with, except Matt, like the 16 millimeter is just a little bit larger outside diameter. But it should still be pretty resilient. But I think you're just holding the tubing in the heat too long. Not necessarily.
Definitely just try to go slower. And if you're getting it blistering and stuff, just try bending it earlier. I mean, if it's not going to bend, you'll be able to tell right away, and you can usually catch it before you mess up your tube. So if you start bending early and it really what does it usually seem like it wants to do?
Check Twitch chat.
Yeah, he's putting some pictures in.
Yeah, that's the pictures.
So I don't know. I was just gonna say you can usually tell if it's too early to bend it. So you can kind of just keep feeling it out until it gets to the point where it is ready to bend, and then just go for it. Don't keep heating it.
I'll let the insert dangle off the end and let it start the bend.
Yeah, exactly. That works too. If you're just working on the first 90 or whatever bend you're doing, and you got a bit of the insert sitting out, you can just let that dangle, and just the weight of that should be enough to make it kind of want to turn over. But as I said, I'm going to be uploading, or it's actually already uploaded. I have a video coming out on PETG bending tips and tricks. So that's just a 5-minute video, and I kind of just go over a bit of what I said tonight. So if anybody missed that, definitely check that out. And Malik, definitely check that video out. Comment on it in the comments, and I can answer any more questions that you have. Anybody else that has questions, feel free to do that as well. Dude, Robert's in here. When did he jump in? Is he even still in here? Robert doesn't even know what we're talking about. But, no. Yeah, thanks, man. We appreciate you stopping in and asking questions.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, your ID was 10 mil. Yeah, so it's 1410, so it's still probably just about as difficult to bend as 1612. But it should be a little bit simpler just because it's a little bit smaller overall. You're bending pipe, dude. Yes, I am, Robert. Yes, I am. I was, actually. We're just wrapping it up here. You're supposed to leave a comment in the comment section below now. No, but seriously, guys, hit us up on Discord, Facebook. All of them are up here. We've had them linked throughout as well. So definitely join in. Give me a holler if you have any questions about bending and whatnot.
It's definitely patience.
Yeah, patience and practice. Patience and practice. Just keep trying. Like I said, ask me questions as you go. If you seem to keep struggling, feel free to message me on Discord or Facebook or wherever.
Yeah, and I can help too.
Yep. Yeah, Jason's always on Discord. So definitely, guys, hit us up. We appreciate you stopping in tonight. But until the next stream, which will probably be, if I'm just gonna like give you a rough date here, it'll probably be Thursday or Friday. If nothing else, by Saturday. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Join our Facebook group and you'll find out when that is exactly, or Discord. I'll keep you guys posted. They need a link. I've been linking logs. We can link it, or Jason's got it, I think. Otherwise, you can follow the link.
It's on Twitch, and I don't have it on the Facebook.
But there we go. Otherwise, guys, I hope you all have a good night, and feel free to keep asking questions. I'm always around to hang out. Jason?
See you later, guys.
Peace out.